Five, four, three, two, one.
Good morning, Monday morning. How we all doing, Reds, wherever you are? God, what a weekend of football we had, but we have some breaking transfer news we want to discuss. Of course, we played Arsenal. Of course, we slapped them with 2-0. Of course, we saw a fantastic display of football. And of course, we received a lot of rumblings regarding the transfer market. But also, yesterday, we had a brilliant podcast called Sunday Roast that I want to share a heated debate about me, myself, and my wingman, Jarvis Cocker, having a heated debate with a question mark. Are United operating differently this season in the transfer market when you think about it? Well, we're going to watch it that little bit later, dive into that. Whatever you're drinking right now, are you drinking tea, coffee? Let me know. This is not a live recording, to be honest. This is a pre-recording done earlier this morning because I have obligations. But please do not forget to interact in the chat room because that's available. Also, leave your comments down there below. That is at least what you can do. Burn extra calories in the morning. Are you ready to get right into the stories? Because, oh my God, we have some breaking news that we want to talk about regarding Harry Kane as a triple boost. Oh my God, the thriller. What would we do without the Harry Kane saga? It's going to be the thriller saga of this summer, according to my opinion. But also, we're going to talk about more in depth regarding the situation with Rasmus Hojlund. Is the bid imminent? Yes. We will dive into that later on, please. But also the triple boost regarding Amrabat and where we are in that situation. But before we continue, you know what to do already. You're already potty trained. You know where the bells and whistles and bottles are down there. You know, before we continue, hit the like button on the way because cheers for the Monday. Whatever you're having, tea, coffee, I'm having espresso as usual. And let's continue with this show after this 10 seconds break. Just when you thought that this is getting boring, we got a slammer coming out in the midnight from Samuel Lockhurst to say that Spurs owner Joe Lewis, if you don't know, Joe Lewis is the owner of Spurs, Tottenham Hotspurs, not Daniel Levy, like what many people think. Daniel Levy is just the CEO that negotiates. But Joe Lewis has come out to say, has issued Daniel Levy with an ultimatum to sell Harry Kane or tie him down to a new contract. And then he goes in parentheses, unlikely. So what does this mean? He goes on to say, United circling on off chance Spurs are suddenly receptive to sell him to a Premier League club. Oh my daisy, like you thought this was getting uh, more silly. We're calling this is what we're calling the silly season, people. This is why we love this transfer market, because it's flip-flopping back, right, center. You never know. One day you walk out, it's like rain, and then the minute you turn around, there comes thunderstorm and rain, sunshine. If you live in the Manchester area, you know it's minging weather in Manchester. Always rains, rains, rains. But here we're talking about raining Harry Kane. Let me know what you think. But does that mean that Harry Kane is now available for any Premier Leagues? I mean, if the big boss, the owner, says, like, either you tie him down, Mr. Leavy, to a contract now or sell him. I don't really care. He's not walking away for free. And I am the big boss. You are my employee. Oh, this is opening a can of worms. This is putting pressure on Daniel Levy right now. So Daniel Levy cannot play his card. He's been outed by the owner of Spurs to say, you sell him, I don't care if it's Bayern or if it's any Premier League club. So this opens up the potential, if we do have money, if the Sheikh Yassim comes in, if there is money left on that potty, or if there is a cash injection, the Harry Kane might be a Manchester United player, because we know that he was our number one target, but the number one target has also been Rasmus Hojlund. And we're going to talk about Rasmus Hojlund. Basic. That leads us into the next story. But let us know what you think. Does this open the door for Manchester United? It certainly looks so. Certainly, as the owner, Joe Lewis, has outed out to say, you better sell him, buddy. Interesting. So this leads us to the next story, people. So bear with me. I am totally relaxed regarding this. I'm going to remove this from the studio and I'm going to put myself in full screen. Not that I like myself in a full screen. It's very weird to see yourself every day on the camera, but we're going to talk about the latest situation with a Rasmus Hojlund. For you guys that have been following my reports, you know that I'm working in the football media intermediate market. So I'm working with multiple agencies providing my services as well. So in the olden days, there used to be 4 or 5 people involved in a deal, but nowadays there's like at least minimum 10, 15 involved in the deal. And it is a small market and people know each other. So my information is from valid sources close to the SEG and Keys Plogma camp regarding who is actually the agent of Rasmus Hojlund. This deal is advanced. Personal term has been reported by myself and Fabrizo a long time ago. Rasmus wants United. United wants Rasmus. Tenhag is pushing for the deal. It is his number one target choice ever since, let's go back in April, to be fair and honest. But it's been dragging on its heels, and we're going to dive into that, why it's been dragging on the heels. But I want to bring in Fabrizo Romano into the stream to verify exactly what I've been saying as well. Welcome to the stage, Fabrizo.
Hojlund, what's going on? So guys, if you are following me, my channel, you know that 10 days ago I told you PSG are also interested in Rasmus Hojlund.
Yeah, that's true. PSG are also interested in Rasmus Hojlund. But the fact is, and to be honest, guys, it is an inquiry. You know, they've been speaking to the agent, like, you know, SAG and Keys to require, like, you know, ask they, because Rasmus Hojlund is on the list. It's a drought on striker market at the moment. But the question is, Manchester United is far advanced, and it ain't matter if PSG comes in and require, because if the player is set to go to United, there's no point of even putting a bid, to be fair. So let's continue to hear more what our Fabrizo is saying.
I told you they're having conversations, they never sent a bid. So let me clarify something, because I saw a lot of surprise around the recent reports from France about Paris Saint-Germain and Hojlund. This is not new. Paris Saint-Germain are speaking to Hojlund's camp since more than 10 days, 15 days, having conversations, being informed on the situation. So PSG are very well informed on Rasmus Hojlund. And this is why I told you in a video a few days ago, Manchester United want to act fast.
Yep, they want to act fast. And as a matter of fact, let me just break it down into story. Regurgitation, that's what it is. And this is what I've been trying to provide, a voice of reasoning, you know, basically. So the way Manchester United operating right now under new stewardship under Matt Hargreaves and the recruitment team is very simple. First, number one, you speak to the agent to qualify the interest of the player. Player says, yes, I want to play for you. I am actually a big Manchester United fan. It's my dream to play for United. Okay, then you ask, how much salary do you want? And how much is the agent fee commission on this one? That is done, deal dusted. Image rights has been discussed. Everything is done. Then you have the personal terms. Then you focus away from the player, because that's done and dusted. Then you already negotiate and start negotiating with the club. So let's continue further what Mr. Fabrizo has to say. Bada bing, Mickey Blue, I say.
To avoid any jack on Hojlund. And this remains the plan. First of all, Man United are ahead in the race because they have an agreement with Rasmus Hojlund. There is an agreement with Hojlund and with his agents on the contract. So personal terms are agreed. Hojlund said yes to the proposal, and Man United have the contract ready for Hojlund. And this is an important step.
Yes, this is a very important step, as I deluded. It is a very important step. It's a contract in place. They are already agreed personal terms, image rights, agents' fees, and everything. What it comes down to at this point, as if you go back to what I've been reporting, the stumbling block is Atalanta. The stumbling block is Lee Congerton. Remember Lee Congerton that was selling us Harry Maguire for £80 million. If you remember, he was back in Leicester. Now he moved to Atalanta as the recruitment sporting director there as well. So Lee Congerton has set the price based on what they think it is a valuation, well overinflated price. It's based on the potential talent, not based on the actual market value. So United has done the research. They know what the market value is for such player, and that is 20 years of age. They played 3/4 of a season, scored 9 goals at Atalanta. Brilliant. And that is kind of been the grinding result to kind of get that mindset of them to sort of push the price down from 80 million, 100 million down to 50 at least. But remember, it's been an inflation rate within this industry. If you look at the striker drought as well, look at from last season, prices has gone up with 20, 30, 35%. Ridiculous sums. So what Matt Hargreaves is doing now with Atalanta is to negotiate, to come to terms with them. What is the price you are willing to take? Here's what we think is an evaluation. Here's what you think, but let's meet down in the middle. We will talk about the price later on, because this is astute from Manchester United, how they're going to operate and how they're going to submit that bid.
This is why Man United are ahead in the race. And also, feeling of sources is that, of course, PSG is in the race and is an important club, and they're still trying. But it's crucial to say that the priority on player side is understood to be Manchester United. So Man United are seen as favorites in this story.
Yep.
For Rasmus Hojlund, they did a big step by agreeing personal terms, but they know they have to be fast if they want to close this deal, because PSG are still speaking to his agents.
Oh, come on. Don't fuel the United PTSD fans. We know the thing is, it matters. It doesn't matter how fast you get. It doesn't matter if PSG comes there and loom again. If everything is agreed, that it don't matter. You can go walk into the bar, try to flirt the girl of your dream, or the man of your dream. But if the man or girl of dream has her eyes on somebody else that's sitting across the table, you're screwed. You're never going to convince that person that you are the better looking bloke or girl, lass, or whatever you swing. You know what I mean. So yeah, it matters that we get the target that Ten Hag wants.
They want to be fast, and they will be fast, because Manchester United consider next week as a really important moment to make the deal happen. People close to the negotiation is optimistic about this deal.
Yep, I am very optimistic, and this is exactly what I've been hearing as well, Fabrizio. Very optimistic. There's a positive move. It's been speaking to Lee Congerton and Atalanta. They came to an agreement. They discussed even potential players as well, like Fred, like an Anthony Martial, but they only want cash, basically. So they're discussing basically now what they've come to agreements, and this is the astute way that I want to share with you. They agreed the overall payment structure terms, how much. I believe it's going to end up on 50 million, 55 million euros plus 5, or it might be 50 million plus 10 add-ons for such a player. So overall, I think they will meet in the middle of 60 million euros, which is approximately 50 something odd million pounds. But let's see what Fabrizio has to say.
Confident will make it happen with Man United, but timing will be important. So what's going to happen now? Manchester United are going to send an official bid. It's going to be the first bid.
And that's going to be the first and last bid. Again, this goes back to how Matt Hargreaves has done business with Chelsea for Mason Mount. The rest was paper talk. It was always negotiation. Once they agreed the price, that was the bid that went in. Same with Andrew Onana, by the way. Do you recognize the pattern? So it will be one bid based that everything's been tied in together. All the T's and dots been checked. So why are they doing so? It's called eliminate the bottlenecks. You know the player wants you. You have agreed the fee with the clubs in between. All it is just submit that final piece of paper to say this is what we're going to offer, and then we work on the overall payments fee structure. You can sign the contract. Rasmus Hojlund can go on a medical, but will he come to New York, to US? I don't think so. It is more likely for me in the time frame within 10 days he's going to come, but I don't want to put a timeline. What matters for us as Manchester United fan that Erik ten Hag gets his target. So let's see furthermore if Fabrizio agrees with me as well.
So, guys, trust me, Man United never sent any official proposal. They just had some conversations with Atalanta, including some player in the conversation, like Fred, but for Atalanta was not the case. So, Man United will now send an important bid for Hojlund. They hope to reach an agreement, and Atalanta are already moving to replace Hojlund because they feel that at the end they can find an agreement with United. So El Bilal Touré from Almeria, for example, is a name they are negotiating at Atalanta, but Hojlund next week is going to be an important one to advance on this deal for Manchester United.
And there you have it. Basically, the devil is in the details there, right? So it's going to be a one formal bid coming in, hopefully today. I've been told that it's gone in. I can not yet 100% put my name on it, and it matters, like, and it's so hard to say the timeline and when this is going to happen. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, if you hear that Atalanta is already looking for Rasmus Hojlund replacement, tells you he's going to be a Manchester United player. Whoopsie days. I hope you're positive this morning. I'm on endorphins. Have 7-Eleven. This is my second cup of coffee, by the way.
I can't predict if it's going to be done or not next week, but the intention of Man United is to advance on Hojlund deal with a bid next week. So follow that one.
Yeah, and I advise you as well, follow that one very closely, but just stay calm and composed and don't let the PTSD strike you. I know it is so frustrating to be a United fan, constantly checking the phones and why are we operating so slow? Oh yeah, because we're not seeing the forest from the trees. We are stuck in the past, and I get that. Or sometimes, like Manscaped, trim the yard to look trim the yard to look to make the grass looks bigger, whatever they say. Not that we are sponsored from, but this leads us into the next conversation, people. Very, very interesting conversation, because yesterday, me and my trusted colleague Jarvis, Jarvis Cocker, right? We ended up having a little bit of a heated debate where I trying to provide a voice of reason to ask the public, ask the viewers, is Manchester United operating differently this summer? And what, lo and below, you can hear. So I presented you here with the information that I know, information that comes from Fabrizo also, correlate my story as well. So let's hear what the debate is all about. Okay, let's go. Up for chatting, understand Manchester United are now submitting first an official offer for Rasmus Hojlund next week. Yes.
6 seconds ago, Fabrizio posted this.
Oh, well, I was before Fabrizio even to mention this, because I speak to the intermediate camp. I always, if you go back into my videos, I said, yes, the way they are, by my understanding. Should we talk about Rasmus Hojlund or before we round up this stream?
It's the latest, so yes.
Yeah, let's speak up. And maybe Rushman can also confirm this. But the way we spoke about this, I call it regurgitation, So the new Manchester United, since this is also the title, the new Manchester United, it also entitles how we are recruited, how we are operating. Starts also with Matt Hargreaves, starts with the analysis of tenhag. As you know, Jarvis, he appointed. So tenhag has made a persona profile to say, I need this type of persona profile striker with these attributes. The analyst goes and does plug in all the nice figures and data into the system, and out comes X amount of players out to fit that demand. That is the start of your shortlist. Now Rasmus Hojlund has been on Ten Hag's radar. He said, I really want this striker. So what they've done with Hargreaves now is clear and obvious. Gone to Atalanta, spoken to intermediates, come to agreement with Rasmus to say, are you interested? Rasmus has declared that, yeah, I will only want to play for United. He's sold. You know what? His heart is set, right? No matter what, PSG can come and weigh 100 million, he will never go. He wants to play for United. And that's major important thing. So, okay, that is an acceptance for them to move forward. Now, they've been facing the obstacle with Lee Congerton and Atalanta side, but they have kind of played it that way to say, I know he's worth 50 million, but I'm going to put a price up here, 80, just to not sell them short. Because if you put them on 50, then United's going to haggle down to 45, 35, whatever. So I always said that the price will end up on 60 million euros, basically on meeting in the middle. And the reason why, because on the current market evaluation, United has a fixed evaluation based on the data they have received, right? You just go on Transfermarkt to see how much is worth. And there've been sort of astute negotiation with congregants and all them, sitting there for a week and a half discussing. So once they sort of put in a bid, that will be the bid that they've discussed. Everything is cross-checked, meaning all the image rights, agent fees, salary for him, the number of transactions, if it's going to be a 4-year, 5-year, how much cash up front, those kind of things. That's been checked. So what United is doing now to reduce that bottleneck, they are preparing everything. So once they all agreed, they're just going to send in the offer or the contract to say here, and that's going to be accepted. So if this is going to happen, I said within the 10 days, I think he will be a United player. That's what I've been hearing. They've been, even if we're on tour, they're still negotiating through intermediates. So if Fabrizo is coming out to say that it's a bid coming in tomorrow, I don't put a timeline on this. It's not important. What is important is that we get the player, and how much, it's not my concern, because we are not the accountants, we are not the KPI holders of Manchester United. We just want to get the player. So I don't know if you agree, but that is a double deal. And the next thing is Amrabat. Amrabat is possible because first priority is to get Hojlund, second is to get Amrabat. Amrabat knows the situation. They've spoken to him many, many times to the intermediate with Mohammed as well, his agent. So it's a matter of time. Like, we've seen Elanga's going for 50 million. Telles is going out the door. Henderson's going out the door. Most likely, Fred is going to Fulham. You have money there, and then you can go to buy the Amrabat, which is going to be around 25 million, 30 million euros. But I think it's going to end up on 25 million euros, to be honest. And that is cheap. That is the same quality as a Declan Rice, or even better, for 25 million. So these are the key signings that can elevate us, according to my opinion. And what happens to Harry Maguire is going to be interesting. It's very difficult to be on high wages. But if we get rid of Harry Maguire, most likely we'll get another centre-back at the end of the window. Harry Kane to United, don't know. We see what happens, but the main priority target is to get Hojlund in. That's the latest update.
Well, the thing is, I think we're playing a dangerous game at the moment because we have no strikers. And next, it's not many days until we have 1st of August. The season is coming fast.
3-4 weeks.
The longer time it goes, the more desperate we will be.
It will happen.
So
it will happen this week.
A dangerous game in my mind. We should have had this striker in before the season started. So now I think we are wasting our time on Hojlund. If you can't get it done, move on. That's
not the way it works, Jarvis. To be honest, I'm sorry to call you out on that one. It doesn't work like this, Jarvis. It's not so easy. In the past, there used to be 4 or 5 people in negotiating. Nowadays, when you negotiate, there's about 15 people involved in one deal. It takes time, right? It takes time. So what United is doing is what I explained to you in the past, is they want to make sure that everything is there. So once they agreed on everything, there will not be a rejection. So you have to come back with a third, second bid offer,
Yeah. I think we can make this deal happen. But the thing is, I'm afraid if time goes and we will get desperate, they will catch us with our pants down, and we will have to overpay. That's the problem. You saw what happened with Anthony last season. That's not long.
Yeah, but that was last season, though, mate. That was last season.
Done him 45 million, and we paid 90.
But excuse me, that was last season. You're not looking at this season with Matt Hargreaves in the helms. When did we overpay this season?
It's the same transfer team, though.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Don't you see the
same
changes?
club?
I mean, God, don't you freaking see the changes? What's going on right now? The 2 deals that we've been going on, have there been delays? Onana deal was done in 2-3 weeks. Come on, guys.
I mean, Mount. It took a while. All these things. They are taking a while. It's not. It's not like we can say there hasn't been delayed.
Are you kidding me? Mount they wanted 80 million for. What did we get him? 50 plus 5 or 50 plus 6?
But when did Mount start? When the FA Cup? As soon as we finished the FA Cup until when it had the here we go. It's been like 3 weeks almost.
Yeah, but it's not about here we go. It's not about here we go. It's about getting the right player in for the tenhag. Don't you get it?
No, but why are other teams able to do it faster and we can't?
Because we are Manchester United tax of the old. You're getting in the new blood, new chief negotiator. Of course, he's got to battle what freaking Ed Woodward has done, destroyed the whole market to say we can buy anyone for anything. Of course, they're going to slap on 30% extra Manchester United tax. But this is the changes. If you guys cannot see this, we got 2 players over the line. And did we overpay? No. According to my opinion, Mason Mount is an £80 million player. 100%. No matter if he's got 1 year left on his contract, what are we getting for at the end of the day?
2 more transfers and then we can judge. Right now, we've only just had 2 transfers, and then I don't feel a big temperature change.
Okay, point number two. Because now I'm fired up. Point number 2 is you got to look at the inflation rates from the striker. It's a dry market regarding strikers. Everyone wants a striker. True or false?
Oh yeah.
Everyone wants a striker. Bayern wants a striker. Real wants a striker.
Yeah, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, PSG.
Everyone is after a striker. So you can see the inflation prices, what's going on at the moment. From last year to this year, it's about how can I say, almost like a 40% inflation rate on the prices. Moises Caicedo, they now want Chelsea's going in getting the bid rejected for 70. He's going to go for 100 million. They have the right to demand. You see what RB Leipzig is doing for their Guardiola all of a sudden, quoting 115 million for this player. This is mad prices all of a sudden from last season. So football operation cost has gone up. So how can you say that? In a way, you got to understand that this is not something that happens over one night. This is something that's been going on, discussions that's been outside the media. Even Mason Mount was done already in January in discussions on closed doors. If you go back and listen to what Mason Mount was saying, once I found out in January the Manchester United was interested, that was a done deal for me. That's the only club I wanted. He said that personally in an interview. So that tells you what's going on behind the hood that you don't understand. It's pretty much negotiations are taking place, It's not that negotiations taking place in 2-3 weeks' time.
I understand all of this, Mick. I'm not saying we're not getting Hojlund in. What I'm saying is we are gambling at.
No, but I'm reacting on you saying that why we're taking so much time. There's so much PTSD on that comment. I'm trying to educate you to say this is not the point. That is my point, Jarvis.
I agree, and you make a great point, Mick. I agree with you, but I'm just saying time is running. I know we're soon in August. And we still don't have a striker. And we're getting more and more desperate. And they can catch us with their pants down. You know who we're dealing with. You say yourself in Atalanta. He knows. He did it before with Maguire.
But does it matter when we get him? Does it matter when, or does it matter? That we get him. There's 2 separate things here, Jarvis. You are representing the PTSD syndrome here by you saying, you said it yourself that we should walk away. That is the old statement. So that's why I'm questioning you. Does it matter that should we just walk away and just waste everything that we've done? Or should we just embrace that we're actually getting the player that Ten Hag wants? That's the question.
I think Jarvis wants a ruthlessness mentality in our transfer strategy. It's like we it seems like we do pushovers. Look at how this whole thing is just playing out. Like fine, I understand.
What I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to say. Haven't you guys noticed in this transfer market, we are acting different. We are acting like a club.
I haven't noticed yet. It's not a significant difference. It's just 2 transfers.
Tell me when we actually signed a player in the middle of June. Aaron Wan-Bissaka. How long time was that ago? Jesus Christ. We got Mason Mount over the line. We got Onana in the line. So why are people still panicking? Honest to God, this is the quickest transfer window we had for years. Don't you see it, guys? Or am I just pulling a rabbit out of the hat here?
But it's hard with the PTSD. We as Man United fan, we have been experienced this, like deadline day, we signed Cavani and suddenly we signed Ronaldo deadline day and all of that. And we overpay for Sancho and Maguire and Anthony Dos Santos and the deals go on and on and on. And we had the same
How many players has City signed?
Well,
0.
I mean, City is
how many players has Arsenal signed? 3.
But the thing is with the PTSD, you know, it's hard. And at the moment, my warning lights are starting to blink a little bit because time is running out. And it doesn't seem like we have other options than Hojlund. I would like us
No,
to
I'm just saying,
I would like the news
why
media to
just
cover
sit back
several
and
these.
relax? If this is a Ten Hag signing, you've got to be patient. That's why I'm saying. And then I'm doing logical comparison. Say, how many have City signed? You said 0. How many has Arsenal signed? 3. We have signed 2. We're working on 2 deals to get him in. What does it matter? As long as you get the Ten Hag signings, priority time, first targets that he wants. That's the difference. Okay, you can go back when in the past, the manager didn't get his first target. He get his second, third. No, he get his third choice target. So you tell me it's not the difference. That's why I'm trying to challenge him. I'm not going at you, but I'm just tired of this PTSD syndrome. And just look at the real case scenario. Look around you outside Manchester United. What are people doing? How much have Liverpool signed? What are the other people doing business? We don't care as long as we get our targets in. And that is the Manchester United way. This is the new Manchester United. What the title is about this video today, right? It's not that I'm angry or anything. I'm just like telling you guys, like, wake up, see. I understand the PTSD and everything from the past, but we are turning the page. Ten Hag is in control. You see that Ten Hag is in control, clear and obviously. You know, fire sale, all these players letting go left sides. Youth kid, you're not good enough. You're going. So that's what I'm saying. So the fallacy, what I'm saying to you, it's nothing personal, Jarvis. But when you said we should walk away if this takes too long, this is what I'm reacting on, and this is what I want to correct.
Yep, it's okay. Good debates, and it's good to like talk about stuff like this. It's important. I think I'm like a little bit torn because of the PTSD, but I believe you. I think we have turned the page in the transfer window. I think we are doing better.
Tenor, I'm playing nice, Mr. Ruby. I'm nice. Don't worry. But I'm just scared, like, you know, when I pick up on a word like that, I want to challenge your opinion. Nothing like, you know, I love you, man. You know I love you, right?
It's okay. No hard feelings. You know, it's okay to just have a chat. I love talking about football.
Yeah. But I want to just correct this because this is what the channel is all about. Be real, right? So I just wanted to correct that to say, what do you mean with that? Walk away. So does that mean that we just have to throw all the hard work that we've done and just walk away? I mean, I don't think so.
I'm really curious what the VAR room thinks. Like, do people actually feel what about this topic? Like, do people feel like Manchester United this season, this transfer window is moving a little bit different, or is it the same? That's actually a real question.
1 or 2 in the chat. And then if I'm wrong, then you can call me a prat.
1 meaning it's the same. 2
no,
meaning
one is yes, it's moving differently. And if it's a 2, that means a no. That means that Mick is a prat. Because I just laid down all the I just presented you with all the facts and evidence, and then it's up to you to decide, right? That's the thing, right? I did it in the most compelling way, but without no hard feelings, you know. So maybe you took it the wrong way. I don't know. I hope I didn't offend you, but it was just constructive in a way.
Yes. No offense taken.
Yeah.
Cooper Andy, he puts in a 1.
Mick is not a prat.
William
1.
Connolly, Adam.
Jury's out. Jury's out. Come on.
No.
Am I going to be guilty? Am I going to get the red card here? VR room, Simbin. So far, you saved me. 1. Big up for everyone is playing. RG's 1. You're nuts. Yeah, I know I'm nuts, guys. Sometimes. 1. Thank you. Going once, going twice, going 3 times. No, I hope I made my point, guys. Seriously, I hope you sort of understood, because me working in the transfer market, understand exactly how it works. So, you know, it's not just a FIFA career. It's a lot of hard work and negotiations, and anything can happen. Like, you know, you think you have a deal, you know, it's blue skies, happy days. You walk out, you know, from that meeting, and next thing you get backstabbed and things are turning around. Like you saw with Guardiola here, they were not happy that this information was leaked out, obviously they wanted to keep it silent, and that's why they say, fuck off, we're not gonna, you know what. Okay, Alien Tenor says 2 because of what? Goldbridge told me to vote it.
That is
You're-
a bloody joke.
That is a bloody joke. What do you want? A cup of tea or biscuits? Right? You might as well put a glazes in t-shirt. Nah, seriously, guys.
Be nice.
That-
Be nice.
I am
Goldbridge, be
nice. You know me as the nicest person, but you know, that's the thing. I just wanted to
Romano
correct-
says if we get rid of McAverage and Maguire, then I say 1.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, does it have to be? If we can't get rid of the Fridge, you know, that means that Fridge will do an Mbappe. He will pretty much sit on the bench. You know, we still
And-
have a striker problem. Yeah. But we are working on it. It's going to come in. More ruthlessness. More ruthlessness. In terms of ruthlessness, then you can look at the outs. That is ruthless. Flip it around on the outs. Look at the ruthlessness on the out. Who's going out, right? Red
Jamie
card
Vardy
reward,
said
boss. I believe you. Thank you, sir. All right. Anyway, move to something different. And there you have it, people. That was kind of the heated debate, but you know, you can still vote, even if this was yesterday. Like, you know, vote 1 if you kind of agree with Mr. Ruby, or number 2 if you think he's a prat. But I think I made my point clear, and you know, being the voice of reasoning to provide you with the motion sickness pill to say, look, you know, at the end of the day, the facts is there. Like, you know, we are a different club at the moment. We are operating totally different, like, you know, with players going out, like, you know, 5 players out. And we should just focus on what Ten Hag wants. Now, you've seen Fabrizio Romano. You've seen what I've been saying as well. Now, what I'm trying to do at the end of the day, as per Realist TV, is provide you with the real facts, you know, calling a spade, and that's what we're here for. Now, me and Jarvis are totally fine. We laughed, we had a joke. It was not rehearsed, if you think so, but it was fun. That was fun, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think, when you think that Amrabat will come, when you think that Hojlund will come. Does it matter? According to my analogy, yes, it does in a way, because we all want him to sort of be embedded within the team. But at the end of the day, what matters is that Ten Hag gets his number uno target. As well, let us know what you think with the Harry Kane situation. I know it's getting boring, but is that an opening now where the owner of Spurs, actually Joe Lewis, come out to say to force Daniel Levy's hand to sell him? Ain't matter if it's a Premier League club or not. He's got to be sold. Unlikely Harry Kane will sign a new contract. So we know that Ten Hag initially came out with the statement he wanted 2 strikers. Will Harry Kane be the one? But if so, let us also know, if we do get this Harry Kane in with Hojlund, with Amrabat, where will we finish in this season? That is a serious title contending team. No shadow of a doubt. But I'm not going to get giddy. Let's wait and see. Let's take it day by day. It's been Mick Ruby, having my say. All I'm saying is peace, love, and go bananas. It's Monday. And by the way, don't miss out later on. Hit the notification button, because we are going live with Jarvis Cocker's Corner, 10 p.m. UK time. Until then, it's been Mick Ruby again, having my say, and hopefully I made you a better day. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done so. It's been fun. It's been seriously, seriously fun. And I really enjoyed this show talking to you. So please take it easy, and I should see you very, very soon. That's all, folks. Bye for now.
That's all, folks.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and follow us on the socials.